गुड आफ्टरनून एवरीबॉडी। योर
Yes, sir.
टॉपिक, जो पहला टॉपिक अपन स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, दैट इज इंडियन इकोनॉमी पोस्ट कोविड।
19. Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना? या प्लीज स्टार्ट करिएगा।
Okay, so now we all are aware of the fact that when COVID in India, now even with that situation came the lockdown, putting a country of 1.35 billion people on a standstills and causing unprecedented damage to the economy. The center and the RBI announced various measures to shoot the effect of the crisis, uh, and and the center announced three packages worth 29.8 lakh crore in three installments. The economy dropped, and with this, now I would like to quote some data, facts, and figures coming directly from the Department of Economic Affairs under Ministry of Finance. I like to quote some figures. First, I like to talk about FDI. They were record FDI inflows in the first quarter of the financial year 2021, and the FDI reaches to USD dollar 40 billion. Talking about forex reserves, also continues to reach new high, and in November 2020, this year itself, our forex reserve reached dollar 525 billion. Talking about our economy, our economy saw a V-shaped recovery. This can be traced down from the GDP figures. It's like India GDP rose to 7.9% in the second, minus 7.9% the second quarter. From the first quarter, it was 23.9%. Though it is in negative, but we are hopeful that it will reach positive. Talking about agriculture sector was a silver lining. It was the cushion which actually shocked, bear the shock of the pandemic. It showed 3.4% growth in both the sectors, and the index of industrial production is also improving in a positive side. And the wake of festive season, demands also increased. Consumer durables increased by 2.8%, and consumer non-durables by 4.1%. Now, these all facts and figures reveal that there is a increase in the consumer demand and the economy is improving. Thank you.
Okay, good morning. Sorry.
गुड मॉर्निंग बेटा।
Good morning. I'm gonna talk about facts and figures. So, firstly, during the 21st days of lockdown, 32,000 crores have we lost over 32,000 crores in the first 21 days of lockdown. Nextly, unemployment rose from 6.7% to 26% from 7th of April to 19th March. Yes. Then in April to June quarter, Indian GDP shrank by 23.9%. Major companies like Tata, Birla, Ultratech Cement, they also significantly was suspended and lost about so much of operations. Thank you.
Good afternoon. So I will be talking about employment. As we see that as the pandemic come, so many of the people lost their jobs during the lockdown. It's about 41 lakh people according to the research done by Indian Labour Organization and Asian Development Bank. It shows that about 41 lakh people lost their jobs, and in the post-COVID, it was the organization to build something new. Like they were planning to recruit more people with the help of exploring new areas. Now, companies are searching people who got back to their homes, like in rural areas, and they are exploring the current scenario also. Thank you.
The economic impact of the 2020 coronavirus pandemic in India has been largely disputed. India's growth in the fourth quarter of the fiscal year in 2020 went down to 3.1% according to the Ministry of Stats. The Chief Executive Advisor, Government, and GDP on 26th May, CRISIL announced that this will perhaps be India's worst recession since the last depreciation. Impact on the businesses are up to 53% of the businesses in the country were projected to be significantly affected. The supply chain has been up to under stress with the lockdown, and even the unemployment 43% of the business has been temporarily disclosed nearby all these disclosure due to the coronavirus. And there are also some positive impacts that some businesses are सर पॉजिटिव वे में कि कुछ बिजनेसेस और कुछ एप्स कुछ बिजनेसेस जो ज्यादा प्रॉफिट उनने किया है ड्यूरिंग दिस कोरोना टाइम, दैट वी ऑल नो दी जूम ऐप एंड क्लासरूम ऐप ऑफ गूगल्स, बट वी आर नॉट यूज टू इट. हम उसे ज्यादा यूज नहीं करते थे बेसिकली, बट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस कोरोना वी ऑल आर गेटिंग यूज टू इट एंड वी आर यूजिंग इट as same as with the food delivery services, that we are aware of it and we use, but not regular basis. But because of the corona time हम उस चीज को ज्यादा यूज कर रहे हैं, इवन दो हम अपने हेल्थ और हाइजीन के बारे में ज्यादा अवेयर हो गए बिकॉज ऑफ कोरोना. एंड द इन्वायरमेंट उसमें भी पोल्यूशन एंड ग्रीनरी इसको भी बहुत हेल्प मिला, जैसे कि लॉकडाउन था बहुत टाइम तक. सो दिस इज ऑल. थैंक यू.
Good afternoon, sir. In India, up to 53% of businesses have specified a certain amount of impact of shutdown due to coronavirus on operation, as per FCCI survey in March. By 24 April, the unemployment rate had increased 19% within a month, reaching 26% unemployment across India. According to the Central Monitoring Indian Economic, around 14 crore Indians lost employment during the lockdown. India had also been witnessing a pre-pandemic slowdown even before pandemic, since financial year 2018 and 19 growth was falling by 8%. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. As we all know, as our Indian economy faced a huge loss because of this corona pandemic and COVID virus globally and so on, I would like to focus on MSME sectors and the Atmanirbhar Abhiyan given by our Indian government. As MSME sectors are the backbones of our Indian economy, and so it faced a lot of issues, a lot of problem while conducting their functionings. Like as it is it focuses on micro, small and medium scale enterprises, and they are working and contributing a lot in our Indian economy. Like 29% in 2009 they contributed in our Indian economy last year, but due to COVID they revenues, they went lower revenues, reduced demands, and so also focusing on the new opportunities. Like India was not having PPE kits and ventilators, so it is working on these, and so this is a kind of opportunity for MSMEs too. Labors and many as because of COVID we faced unemployment, so MSME is working over on this also. Atmanirbhar Abhiyan has 5 phases, like business to improve MSME, focusing on MSME sectors, poor and farmers and migrants, agriculture sectors, growth in sectors like PPs and farmers and FMCGs, and government reforms and enablers. Also, it has 5 pillars where it focuses more, like economy, infrastructure, vibrant demography, looking over the statistics of the growths and demands. Thank you so much.
Okay, so the economic impact of 2019 coronavirus pandemic in India has been largely disruptive. Now I'm going to discuss about the main impacts of coronavirus in India. Sharp rise in unemployment, stress on supply chains, decrease in government income, reduced consumer activity, trade tension with China. Now I'm in a nutshell, I'm going to be discussing about FMCGs so that it can give you an overview of our economy. So there is 4 main points which a company or any industry focuses for its working. The first one is raw material procurement, the second one is production process, third is sales and demand, and the last one is the realization of money. the free movement in our country is not as free, so getting or procuring a raw material is tough nowadays. Even if one is able to procure the raw material, the production process is not going to be smooth, with obvious and common problems nowadays, which is a labor problem and lowering the low demand. Companies are working at 70% of efficiency, and which is also due to the which is also due to the economy. And even if the sales and demand, I'm with the example of FMCG, I'm gonna describe it. Let's divide FMCG into two parts. The first one is essential, and the second one is luxury. FMCG has hit to our lower extent, and the luxuries has hit. It has definitely impacted so much. And if and if all this goes well, the realization of money, the customer is not going to pay the money right there right now, so there will be a liquidity crunch in the economy. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. From the last 11 years, India had registered the lowest growth rate of economy in 2019, which is 4.2, and in 2018 it was 6.1. And India also in this year only India also has to face a physical deficit, which is 4.59, and India was government was expected to be 3.8. This depict that India government is spending more rather than receiving income. And but the great thing is that our India growth rate, our GDP growth rate is far better than other countries. Our GDP is declined by 0.8, and in 2020, the second and third quarter of GDP is contracted by 10.8. And the other sector that are affected by Indian economy are agriculture sector. Agriculture sector contribute 2.65 billion to India's GDP and provide 60% employment to workforce of India. But this epidemic happened at such a bad time, when the crops are ready to harvest and sold, but due to unavailability of transport and labor, this couldn't happen in a correct way. That's why the Indian economy affect a lot to agriculture sector. Another sector that are affected by Indian economy are other sector which have affected by Indian economy are real estate sector, automobile sector, and and the slowdown of automobile and real estate sector have impacted badly on steel manufacturing sector. The only sector that have grown in this crucial time is pharma sector, that only grown. That's also. Thank you.
I'm going to give you again a single minute, 1 minute, to conclude your whatever you have explained. So now I would like to start with Vaishali Gupta.
Yes, sir. Okay. So now actually to actually encapsulate, I'd like to say that despite the major blow to the economy due to pandemic in the year 2020-2021 year seems to be the year of resumptions of activities, and we can expect the economy to not only recover but also to show the significant signs of growth. Currently, our economy is of around $2.9 trillion, though it has dropped further, but actually to achieve the growth of $5 trillion economy in the year by the year 2025, these 5 years will be intense. But if work towards collaboratively, the key sectors of the business will definitely lead to our economy with a $5 trillion economy by 2025. Thank you.
Okay, so this pandemic was not a new thing in a human history. But what makes COVID-19 special is that it appears between the people, independent people, countries, and between countries that are so deep. Also, the achievement people have made in the technology sectors and intelligence and transportations have made them physically globalized. Thank you.
Okay. So as I talk about the employment, now the government and companies are partnershiping and doing something like that. They are finding out the people in rural areas more. So because the climatic condition is better, and many of the people goes from metro cities to their home. So they will find the best people in there itself. So thank you.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. As we all have know that GDP was lost very well, and it also if Corona also affected the trades of India, that import and exports. So the government has approaching the made in India products, that it is giving a new chance for local brands to improve and overcome by themselves, and competing with the good brands or luxury brands, and that's it, sir. Thank you.
After COVID-19, the strategy should be to develop policy, institutional framework to create entry-level, mid-level, and low-level jobs in large number, mostly in rural and semi-urban areas. Finally, COVID-19 is a global disaster for which we was totally unprepared, but the world and India has drawn some major lesson out of the unpleasant experience and turn into a positive one. The economy is not all about numbers, real progress and social stability are needed. That is the biggest lesson from the COVID-19 disaster. That's all from me. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Sir, I would like to conclude, like I talked about MSMEs and Atmanirbhar Abhiyan. Because of COVID, we faced many problems, but because of this, we also discovered the new things, new entrepreneurs, and new opportunities. We also looked into technologies. Like right now, also we are having a panel discussion over a video chat. So we are going more precisely and nicely with this technology. So also it will be of great help and a good point for our economic growth. Also, the youngsters and entrepreneurs are working towards many small sectors and farmers and medicines, and that's all. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. As we all know that we are down with 30 lakhs crore. Here are two ways that companies should opt for. The one is V-shaped recovery, and the another one is U-shaped recovery. The pace at which the demand falls, the pace at which the sales has fallen, versus the pace of recovery is also going to be the same, because these are the essentials, and we will definitely, and in very early time, we will see the boost in. With the help of V-shaped recovery, and the U-shape is the fall is definitely at high pace, but the recovery after the fall, it does not happen right away. The recovery is a little bit slow, but when the things get normal after some, or I mean X number of months, we'll be able to see the boost in our Indian economy. Thank you.
Sir, after facing that critical time, that too much critical time, now some things are really developing our country. We utilize this time in such a productive way, that vocal to local. Now, after facing these much problem, our government get aware and appreciating, and from this we will have we will surely have a strong manufacturing factor. We will become independent after facing this much things, and people will aware of their own nation, and this will create a vocal to local awareness regarding our people, citizens. That's all. Thank you, sir.
Okay, students. I think we have given a sufficient time, and I think we did a justice towards this particular topic, that is Indian economy post COVID-19. All of you have explained well, and just at the last of this particular session, I'm going to give you a feedback. But right now, I am coming to another topic, that is the Farmers Bill 2020, policy reforms and perspective.
Good afternoon, sir. Here I am here to speak about the Farm Bill 2020. Indian farming sector are more remunerative business, and lack of discussion and consultation of the shareholders from the farming sector have made the discussion untrustworthiness perspective by the state government. The simplest solution of the against the protest of the farmer is to with respect to the farm bill, is to eradicate the fear of the farmer by giving statutory backing up to the MSP, that is minimum selling price, and giving farmer choice to sell without the help of the middleman. There is problem to farmers, or it could not be great use only if there are roads link that link villages to markets, climate control facilities, and the electricity supply is made reliable and available to the power those facilities, and food processing companies who compete to sell their produce. That's all. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Durgesh. I'm going to talk about the Farmers Bill. Sir, the Farmer Bill come into existence in June 2020 by the President. Sir, in this bill, there are three main points which I want to share. The first one is Essential Commodity Bill. Sir, before 1955, wholesalers are not allowed to store essential commodities like wheat, rice, salt, etc. Sir, because if they will store and if these essential commodities will मतलब सर कम हो जाएंगी अगर मार्केट में तो sir the price will increase, and what they do when the price is increased they sell these essential commodities. So sir जो मतलब 10 रुपीज का सामान ही 20 रुपीज में बेचते थे. तो सर 1955 में उस टाइम की गवर्नमेंट ने ये लॉ ला दिया कि अब स्टोर नहीं कर सकते सर. बट नाउ द गवर्नमेंट हैज कैंसल्ड दिस लॉ एंड हैज गिवन द राइट टू द होल सेलर to store these essential commodities. Sir, one side the government is saying that they are ending up the middleman, but by giving this right to the wholesaler, they are increasing the black marketing through middlemen. Sir, the second law, which is I think far better than the first one, is contract farming. Sir, in this law, if the farmers are sir, in this law, companies do agreement with the farmers before farming that what price they will give after the farming has done, and by taking the rice, wheat commodities. Sir, companies like Lays and Parle-G sir, but in this also the government has done one thing wrong, that it has given the right to the mandi commissioner. Sir, if the mandi commissioner is corrupt, then he will take money from companies. और सर जैसे उसने 20 जैसे एग्रीमेंट 25 रुपीज का हुआ था, तो वो सर वो जब करप्ट मतलब पैसे ले लेगा कंपनी से, तो सर वो 20 रुपीज भी कर सकता है बाद में. तो सर इससे फार्मर्स को लॉस होगा. तो सर इसमें करेक्शन की सर इन दिस करेक्शन इज रिक्वायर्ड दैट द गवर्नमेंट शुड गिव द राइट ऑफ एग्रीमेंट टू द सरपंच ऑफ द विलेजेस. And sir, the third bill is also good, that farmers produce trade and commerce bill. Sir, in this bill, the government has given the right to farmers to sold their wheat, rice, and crops to any part in India, and this can be done online. So, sir, this is also a good point. But sir, in this also the government one side is saying that MSP will not end up, but before 10 years Shri Nitin Gadkari ji has said कि MSP sir Indian economy पर एक भार सा है. तो सर farmers confused है कि मतलब उन्होंने ऐसा कहा था तो ये खत्म कर सकते हैं MSP को. तो सर यही है 3 points.
Good morning, sir. So the President of India approved the 3 bills on 27th September. The government claims that these acts will transform Indian agriculture and attract private investment. The first bill is promotion and facilitation. This bill allows the farmers to sell their produce outside the APMC. So according to the government point of view, the farmers clearly have more choice on who they want to sell. The second bill is empowerment and protection. This bill is for contract farming, under which farmers will produce crops as contract with corporate investor. And the government point of view on this bill is that it helps the farmer engaging with agribusiness firms, large retailers, and exporters, so they get a fair price of their produce through contract. And the third bill is Essential Commodities Amendment Bill. And this bill, central government can declare certain commodities as essential and regulate their production, distribution, and supply in order to make them available at customer at fair price. Essential commodities under Act include drugs, food items, and petroleum products. Government can also add new items to the list when necessary. Government can also impose a stock limit that a person can hold on to discourage retailers and wholesalers from stock clearing beyond a certain quantity. Under the ordinance, the central government will regulate the supply of food items such as cereals, pulses, potatoes, onions, edible oils only under extraordinary circumstances such as war, famine, and natural disasters. That's all. Thank you.
Hello. So I'll be giving a brief about the Farmers Bill. Basically, it is upon 3 points. One is the Farmers Produce and Trade and Commerce Bill. That means the whole farmer society, that is all the farmers of India, will be operating under one nation, one market thing. So a farmer from Punjab can also sell their products to the consumer in Karnataka. So it will be across the borders, intrastate, right? The other thing is farmers agreement on price assurance. So basically it is totally dependent upon contract farming. So a farmer will be what we can say employed under its own farm, as the contractors will already pay them accordingly, like average pricing for their yield and their produce, but the farmers are not agreeing to the same. The third is the essential commodities. So the government has deregulate their interruption in certain commodities like edible oils, onions, tomatoes, which are according to the Indian as in the Indian families, the Indian producers, and the Indian consumers. These are some of the important commodities that have to be included into the essential commodities but aren't included. So that is why everything goes around it, and that is why there is a huge protest of farmers against it. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. My topic of discussion is Farmers Bill. Firstly, the first point in this bill is bill on agri market, means farmers produce. Trade and e-commerce means in this farmers and producers, means traders, both can purchase and sell the things in mandi with full freedom, and it can also be done in intrastate and interstate. Second point is bill on contract farming. In this, farmers are given some contract or some fixed monies so that they can sell that thing to the traders at a fixed price. Third point is essential commodities, bill on essential commodities. In this, some essential commodities like pulses, oil seeds, such things are not included in this bill. So this must be included. Thank you.
Today I want to talk about the farmer bill. We saw last 2-3 months once farmer protest against this bill. This bill is trade and commerce. In bill which farmer can sell or produce anywhere in the outside of the state and mandis. And second bill is empowerment and protection. In this bill, farmer can pre agreement with the multinational companies and third will is the accommodation, and this will is oil seeds and potatoes and other than stored large quantity. Thank you, sir.
Okay, students, just I am giving you 1 minute to conclude. But in that conclusion, because still the farmers' protest is going on, just I want that according to you, what should be the solution? You have to explain that according to you, what will be the solution?
So I have concluded that in 2020 there was the 4% growth in agriculture sector, the GDP according to GDP, and thus India agriculture sector has liberalized by the new farm bill 2020 by facilitate better price for farmers, and at the same time the heavy-handedness of the central government has been recognized the new agriculture trend in prices and income. So that's all. Thank you.
Sir, I want to say that the bill is some good in some extent, but there is still need of correction in the bill. By talking the positive of this bill, sir, it gives right to the farmers to sell their goods anywhere in India, and also it provide farmers of electronic trading, e-commerce. And talking to the negative points, sir, the government should clear cut their views on MSPs, whether they will give or not. And second thing, the government should not motivate the wholesalers by giving rights to them of storing essential commodities like crops, salt, etc. Because by doing this, they will increase black marketing. And sir, the government should also give the agreement between the companies and farmers to the sarpanch of that village. Sir, it will help the farm. These correction will help the farmers, and maybe the protest will slow down. And by this, thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. So the government should listen the farmer demand that they are demanding, because maybe somewhere the farmer protest against the bill is right, because farmers fears that powerful investors would bind them to unfavorable contracts, and they also have a fear that the government will suspend the MSP schemes, and the state will lose revenue also, as they won't be able to collect mandi fees. That's all. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. So, according to me, there are certain drawbacks into this farmers bill. One such drawback that I can find is to include certain more commodities into the essential thing, that the government has already said that it can be flexible and more items can be added. So half of the farmers will be shortlisted from them, and half of this protest can be stopped with those. The other thing that I find is about the contract farming, as the contract farming is something like the prices are already fixed. So what the government can do is to fix the customer and not the prices. So the prices can be according to the produce. If it is a good produce, then the farmer will get the good price. If it is a produce that has some quality issues, or some if it is damaged, or if it has some insects or something like that, then probably the farmer will get the prices accordingly. So the farmer will also be satisfied with the produce that they have given, and the consumer will also be satisfied that they have paid for the produce that is of a good quality or of a bad quality. So according to me, these two are the solutions that can be given. Thank you.
Hello, sir. My point on this is that in first point, like first point is bill on agri market, so they can stop black marketing. Second, and in second point, bill on contract farming. Contract must be flexible. Like if the grain is of high quality, so the farmers should get a higher price. Means higher contract should be given to the farmer. Third one is bill on commodities. Commodities, some of the commodities which are very essential for the normal persons, that should be added, like edible oil and pulses, potatoes, onions, like that.
Good afternoon, sir. This bill is mostly favorable for company other than the farmer, and government should be changing in the bill. They can clearly mention the MSP continue in the farmer bill, and other than mandi is mandi APMC, it's called mandi, continue running in the market.
Students, that's the completion of your panel discussion. Well, I would like to appreciate each one of you that you all have participated well in this panel discussion. Since the topics was जो आजकल चल रहे हैं मार्केट में वही टॉपिक्स हैं, very recent topics. So you all people have explained well, and कुछ लोगों ने तो बहुत अच्छा डाटा बेस्ड justification दिया है. I would like to appreciate those peoples also. Some of you are having a very good communication and you have explained well. And some of the peoples I have seen that they are having an excellent content. Excellent content. I would like to appreciate. So these peoples are having excellent contents, but at the same time, with the contents, you must have certain verbal communication also, because दोनों flow होना चाहिए. If you are having a content and having a good communication, I'm not saying that excellent communication, I'm saying that thick communication, which will serve our purpose. Basically, we are not a English people, अपन कोई अंग्रेज नहीं है, but at the same time, we should be able to explain our views also. We should be able to explain what we are thinking. At least उतना तो अपन को purpose solve करना होगा आने वाले समय में. लेकिन I would like to appreciate because you all peoples have participated well. As far as the topic number 1 is concerned, that is Indian economy post-COVID 2019. Yes, this is an excellent topic because everybody is interested. Everybody wants to know that how an Indian economy is going to have a V shape or U shape or growth, but at the same time, how they are going to achieve, how an economy is going to achieve, and what sort of preventive measures, what sort of type of safeguards which government is going to take to fight with such type of pandemic situation. Because still we are fighting with COVID. COVID is not over. Still we are fighting with that COVID. And at the same time, as far as market demand is concerned, supply is concerned, consumption is concerned, that plays an important role. As far as this particular COVID is concerned, we are having a very lack of, we are lagging behind. As far as aggregate market is concerned, we are lagging behind the consumption part. And since we are having a low consumption, so low consumption bounds us for a low production. Otherwise, there will be an opportunity loss. And low production bounds us for unemployment. अगर काम ही नहीं है, if we are not having an opportunity, production ही नहीं है, तो मार्केट में सेलिब्रिटी नहीं होगी, मार्केट में प्रोडक्ट्स गुड्स नहीं बिकेंगे, एंड अनएम्प्लॉयबिलिटी बढ़ेगी. दिस अनएम्प्लॉयबिलिटी लीड्स टू लैक ऑफ मनी इन कस्टमर्स हैंड. पैसे की कमी होगी कस्टमर्स के हाथ में. अगर पैसा ही नहीं होगा तो फ्रॉम वेयर दे आर गोइंग टू स्पेंड. तो दिस ऑल दिस थिंग्स इज नोन एज साइकिल. ये पूरी चीज जो है ये साइकिल है. If consumer is not having money, they are not able to spend, they are not going to purchase. If they are not going to purchase, consumption factor, market का consumption factor effect होगा. If consumption factor is not there, production effect होगा. तो produce करे producer, जब product बिक नहीं रहा, already they are having a product with their hands. Market में product ही नहीं बिक रहा. Low production leads to again job unemployability. So all these things are related with each other. So this is the great task as far as in front of government, how they are going to manage each and everything, and at the same time we all are having, we are all going through this particular task. So this was the first topic which you all people have explained well, but at the same time there is a lot of improvement. Many of the people have given an excellent data, numeric data also. So that's an excellent one. Next is known as Farmers Bill 2020. Again, I would like to appreciate each one of you. But at the same time, in group number 1 and group number 2, many of the people have not used their time. I have given you 1.5 minutes. Just they have concluded within a span of only 40 seconds, 60 seconds, or in 1 minute. They have not used the entire time. See, students, if you are not using that particular time to explain your views, so that will maybe a problem. Because you are giving an opportunity. आप अपना time किसी और को दे रहे हैं. You are giving an opportunity to your competitor. Right now we are not a competitor. अपन लोग एक दूसरे के competitor नहीं है. But for the interview purpose I am telling about. If you are not using time, और ये सब आप कब दोगे when you are having a knowledge of that particular topic. So try to explore that particular topic, whatever you have been given. Collect various data, numeric data, and facts and figures you must have. So farmers bills, yes, this is the hot topic which is going on right now, and lot many students have explained their views on that, because still this is a hot topic, and you all people have given your views also. How a government should behave, or how a government should, we can say that, take a step. So government is doing well, government is taking various steps, and you all have explained well. So I would like to appreciate each one of you, but at the same time I am saying that you should use your time, whatever time has been allocated to you. So with this I am going to conclude.